Well, hello and welcome to another video. Getting out in this wonderful weather we're having. Wake up and it's actually almost to the point where it's cool, to the point where I almost want to turn the heat on. Has a little chill in the air. It does not stop amazing me of things that I see. How many people out there that is not willing to do their job? Just like I went to Food Line last night after I found that they actually have changed their hours. They don't close at 10 or 11 at night. They close 1 a.m., which I really never paid attention until I heard somebody say that they close at 1 instead of 10 or 11. So I was going to go get me some coffee and some coffee creamer. And I noticed when I walked in that this was about 11:30, 12 o'clock. That it was hardly anybody in the store. Not only customer-wise, even workers. There was 3 or 4 workers standing around and not doing anything, just standing there. So I went on and done my shopping. I got my little thing of coffee and got my coffee creamer. Got back to the front and looked to see where the checkout, where there's a cashier. Well, I saw no lights on. So I saw a guy that had the uniform on. Looks like he was a stalker. So I asked him, I said, is there no cashiers? Only self-checkout? He said, oh no, we're supposed to have at least one cash register open. I said, really? Well, I saw none up there. So him and I started walking to the front of the store, and he looked dumbfounded, like, why isn't there any? And he works there. He expected for somebody to be there to run at least one register. He looked over to 3 ladies standing there, leaning against a counter, and said, is there no checkouts? No. They said, oh no, we decided not to open one tonight. And I asked him, I said, what do they do? Oh, they're cashiers. And they're just leaning against the wall and the counter and all with their phone in their hand, like a teenager surfing the net. I'm like, what? I said, well, the cash register is not open and they're standing there. I said, why are they here? They're not helping anybody in the self-checkout. They're nowhere near the self-checkout area. And he looked at me, he says, that's a good damn question. I'm like, well, y'all have a nice night. He said, well, they'll help you in the self-checkout. I'm like, it's self-checkout. I don't do self-checkout. So I went and put my coffee and my creamer back where I found it, and I got out of there. There's people like them 3 that has a job but not doing their job, while there's people out there looking for a job that can't find a job. And then there's people out there that don't have a job and not looking for jobs either. And that's the ones that want to complain. But I just cannot stand seeing people that has a job to do and just flat out not doing it, making excuses not to do it, find ways not to do it. And all at the same time, even some of them actually will complain that they don't have enough work. They don't get paid enough. Well, that means you go find another job. This young generation is just, and really, it's not just a young generation. I've seen videos online that people just flat out refuse to work and think that it's the government's responsibility to provide for them to live. It's crazy. And then they fuss because the government's not helping them enough. They don't pay them enough in food stamps and housing. It's crazy. I just don't understand the logic that they're using. They complain that some states now are refusing to let people that's getting help from the government, food stamps and stuff like that, not able to buy soda, anything pretty much like got sugar in it. Have to buy healthy stuff. And they think that the government should not control what they are allowed to buy with their food stamps. It's their food stamps, but it's not their money that pays for it. It's the taxpayers' money. They're not stopping them from buying cereal, Pop-Tarts, soda, all that sweet stuff. They're not stopping them from buying it. Make your own money. Go buy all you want. It's just not going to be on the government bill. Then you have some out there that I've seen that will just flat out brag about them getting $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in stamps. And that one particular one I saw, that she was getting $4,000 a month. And she had like 7, 8 kids. And then one of the dads decided to start paying her child support. So they cut her food stamps. She was furious about it, which I didn't see any problem with it. She was getting $4,000. He started paying her $2,000, so they cut her food stamps down to $2,000. So she's still getting $4,000 a month. Just not all in one place. She don't look at the positive side. She just wanted more. She wanted $4,000 in stamps and $2,000 in cash. But she didn't realize how well off she really is. I'm the kind that always looks at the positive side. Look at the good in everything impossible. She had $4,000 of stamps. Say if she was in a state that will not allow you to buy soda and pretty much any sugar items. Well, the positive side for her would be the $2,000 that now she's getting instead of $4,000 in stamps. She can't buy the cereal, Pop-Tarts and soda and all that. But half of that stamps is being converted over to cash. $2,000. She can buy all the soda, all the cupcakes and everything else, sugar, if she wants with it. If she was living on $4,000 of stamps, now she's better off because she's got $2,000 in stamps that she can buy food, and she got another $2,000 to spend on whatever she wants. She can go get her nails done. She can go get her hair done. But some people just want to be too greedy, and she wanted that $4,000 to continue to come in on top of having the $2,000 child support as well. She didn't want to give up the food stamps just because she's getting $2,000 in cash. I guess she wanted her cake and eat it too, but now she can buy the cake. People say that since the states are restricting certain things that you can buy, is going to starve families. Well, if you're spending 80% of the food stamps in junk food and you can't buy that junk food anymore, that means that 80% can go towards good, healthy food that they keep claiming that it's outrageous on price. It means you can buy healthy food and not buy the junk food anymore. And something that I have not heard anybody say or talk about, since a lot of these that's complaining not able to buy all this candy bars and all this sugary junk. Question I have is this going to affect how many houses you can go on Halloween night for trick-or-treat? Because since they can't buy any more candy bars, they're not going to be able to buy anything to give out for the kids. That's something I haven't heard anybody say. Are there going to be less houses to go to if they can't buy candy bars or any sweets like that they can put in the bowl or whatever for trick-or-treaters? And I also do not understand how some of these people cannot understand that Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and any other place that you can put your face on and talk about and brag about how much you get in government assistance in food stamps, saying flat out you're not going to work, and how you falsely filled out the form so you can actually get the assistance from the government, falsified the documents so you can be eligible to get the assistance, and brag all how you did that on any of the social media, and not think that the ones that you getting the stamps from, or the assistance of Section 8 or whatever it may be, don't you think they have a TikTok and a Twitter or Facebook or YouTube, Instagram account themselves? Somebody in the office has one. Don't you think they're going to be watching? And the algorithm is going to eventually pop your video up in front of them, and they're going to see it and they, hey, I know that person. Then they're going to check your account, and they're going to start checking all your qualifications, your statements, and everything that you put on your application to see if they can find what you falsified, and then just shut your benefits off without even telling you. Many videos I've seen that people go to Walmart, have a cart or two full of food, not just junk food, but regular food too. And they swipe, 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 and it says decline, 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 completely. Not just on junk food, but completely, as if the card is no good. It's nothing but a paperweight or something that you used to have, like an old credit card that has expired. It no longer works. You didn't get a letter, didn't get a phone call, didn't get an email. It just quit. People just don't think when they get on social media and go blabbering about what they did to get the free assistance. They just keep going until they get caught. And social media just makes it easier. Used to that you tell people, your friends and all, how you got stamps and stuff. Now you put it on social media. I just don't know how people think they're going to get away with it when they boost their ego and try to brag about something they did and think they're not going to get caught. They just go out there and say whatever they want, and then they fuss, raise Cain about my stamps been taken away. And not only their stamps gets taken, they have a 2025 vehicle that's paid for, and they get a knock on the door to let them know that the vehicle is going to be repoed or getting repoed to pay back the $30,000, $40,000, or $50,000 of food stamps they falsified the documents to get. When it's other people's money that you're spending, when it's other people's money that you're spending, you don't get to say how to spend their money. If you want money that you can spend any way you want, go get you a job and spend it on anything you want. But don't complain when people are giving you money for nothing in return, and complain that you can't spend it on whatever you want to. Somebody else is actually controlling that. The ones that actually giving you the money. That reminds me just like them 500 and some days, 512, 513 days that I was sitting there in that little room, and I didn't get to choose what I wanted to eat because I was not paying for the meals. The taxpayers were. So they get to choose what I eat every day, 3 meals a day. I was happy just to have a meal. I didn't fuss and complain. I wanted barbecue. I wanted a hamburger. I want a hot dog. I want steak. No, what they bring you, that's what you get. If I wanted anything sugar-wise, candy bars, whatever it may be, they had a thing called a canteen. You get your family members to come down, put money on your account, and you can buy anything on that machine, which can be chips and down to a radio or candy bars, whatever it may be, because it's not the taxpayers' money. It's your own money. Food stamps should be the same concept. Not your money. You buy what they said you can buy. They're not making you starve. They're just telling you that we're going to give you money and let you know what you can buy to be healthy. We're not going to make you starve. We didn't say you can't have kids. Just don't try to get anything that you can't afford. You can't afford a house, even though you may be able to make the payments, but that don't mean you can afford it. You can have kids. That's easy. But that don't mean you can afford it. But you're not out there working and attribute it to the society. And the taxpayers are giving you free money. And you want to complain because they want to limit you of what you can buy. There's nothing to complain about. Just be thankful that you got a meal on your table. Just be grateful that you have a way to put a meal on the table. People complain about stuff that people give them for nothing. It's like a kid wanted a 10-speed bicycle, and Santa Claus only bought them a regular bicycle. Is the kid going to fuss? Most likely not. They're just happy to get a bicycle. But so many of these people out there that getting stuff for free wants to be selfish is not even a strong enough word. They want to be entitled so much for doing nothing. They want to do less and get more. I remember back in my early years when food stamps were actually paper. They actually were stamps and stuff. It's like play money. See people check out and have a whole grocery cart full of food. Then they pull out $100 bill to buy cigarettes. I never second thought that. Never, like, if they got $100, they can buy groceries. No, that may be the only $100 they have. They buy cigarettes, they pay their lights, internet, whatever it may be, car insurance, something that the food stamps did not cover. They wanted that luxury stuff, so they used their own money. And I believe that's the way it should be still. But now the system can be more controlled because it's electronic. They can limit what can be actually rung up on that card. I just don't understand why people get stuff for free, can have a good life, and want to complain about what they get. Make it make sense. I just don't. And it seems like I see more and more and more showing up on YouTube. And I thought it was just people trying to get more views. But I started doing some research and found news clips across the United States where people got caught for lying on documents to get food stamps, and they have to pay back, $30,000-$40,000, and a car has been repoed. I've seen it in the news, not just on the videos. So what I see in videos is actually happening. It's not just people trying to make a channel grow. I just don't understand how they think they can go on social media and don't think they're going to get caught. It's crazy. But that's my 2 cents of, people falsifying documents just to get something free and then complain that what they're getting, they want more, or they feel that they should not be regulated. And I need to get out here and work on this RV some more. It's nice to have this side right here cleaned. I cleaned all this all the way up here, all the way down here. Still need to do that trim right there. Take that off and fix it. But I cleaned that area compared to what you see on this side. You see it right there where I cleaned it down here, and up here it's not cleaned yet. But I got all my tape all the way across from here to there. Now you can look on my other channel, Entrepreneur Box, and you'll see me actually repairing this RV inside and out. It's a lot of work, but when it's going to be done, it's going to be a nice place. Got solar on top, got it running, and it's to the point now that the solar is powerful enough that I can actually plug in the RV plug that feeds the RV from the solar, and it will feed everything except the air conditioner, which during the wintertime don't need it. But that's my 2 cents in people I've seen online that get stuff for free, then complain that they are getting restricted of what they can actually get for the free money that they're getting. Leave in a comment what you think. Am I wrong? Am I just way off track? Or is it that these people just need to wake up and go get a job?